Alright, are we doing this? Are we doing it?
Yeah, we're gonna do this.
Okay.
A new world hangs outside the window, beautiful and strange. It must be found in a way. I must be sound and color.
First question, simple one. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
No, me? See, I never know what to say with that question.
Sure, my name is Catherine.
Hi, I'm Lynndora Edmond.
I'm Cameron C. Cameron Coughlin.
My name is Destiny.
My name's Helen.
My name is Jerome Allen.
Well, my name is Jessica.
My name is Cameron Bynum.
Hello. Sorry. Hi, my name is Samira.
My name is Amber.
Hi, this is Mia.
It would have to be getting the Family Success Alliance grant. It was extremely, I didn't know if we were going to get it done because it was like our first grant for the empowerment, and I really enjoyed being able to say, oh, I gave you guys this.
One of the first things that really made me proud is within my first year, I helped make and design a logo for the Street Scene Teen Center. I remember being proud of myself because I knew nothing about the process beforehand. Figuring out how to really craft something that became the logo that the Teen Center uses now really made me feel like I imparted something to them.
I would say I probably struggled with my time.
Managing, definitely time management.
But definitely time management.
Just like a lot of honors, I think, is time management.
The biggest adjustment and the biggest problem I had throughout the years was time management.
I've definitely have struggled a lot with finding tangible solutions to the education gap. There was one time I was talking with a student who he was always like a class clown, and he never would really engage in tutorials too much. And one time I just pulled him aside and asked him, why are you cutting up? Why aren't you, paying attention in class? I know you're capable of it. I know you're a smart kid. And he told me because when I'm in the honor classes or I'm in the other classes, I feel as if I'm an outsider. I don't, I'm not white. I feel like I don't belong.
So I just started working at this center, and I was working with a child here. I noticed some patterns in his reading that I called attention to them. It turns out he does have a learning disability, but he's now getting that help that he needs. Because I was paying attention to him and what was going on with his reading, he's getting glasses and he's getting more support and more directive education towards how to overcome his problem, and it's been a huge improvement.
I didn't really think that I was making a difference with them because it was my first year tutoring. I barely knew what I was doing. And at the end of the year, not only that I could tell that I had made a bunch of progress, but also they all made me little individual cards or gave me little gifts, and it was so cute. I felt like I really made an impact, not just as far as school, but personally.
We were delivering food when it was snowing, and we couldn't drive down the big hill, so we started walking down the big hill with all these bags of food that we were trying to deliver to the kids. And there's one apartment in the front apartment complex where there were 3 little girls that lived there, and they look out the front door and they see the table bag, and they're like, "Oh, I'm so happy, thank you, thank you, thank you." And you truly realize how important the food is to these kids.
I think, so last semester I tutored a kindergartner named Kieran. It was so cute because he was moving to Cincinnati, but he could never remember the name Cincinnati. So he would describe there's a city and it's got streets and there's this and that. And I'm like, is it called Cincinnati? He'd be like, yeah, how did you know? And it'd be the 3rd week that he'd try to describe Cincinnati to me, which is adorable.
She spoke Spanish fluently at home, but
she'd never learned how to write it. And so I was taking Spanish classes and was nowhere near fluent, but had come learning the grammar of Spanish. And so she and I every week would work on Spanish homework, and it always just felt very strange to be helping this fluent speaker with the written part of her homework. And so we became really close over that and bonded, and she was the sweetest person. And I think I know she really impacted me in just understanding more about immigrants who come to the United States and how they struggle in so many ways.
We're out on the streets of Franklin, stopping and talking to people, asking them about who was a veteran and if they were homeless, and like just doing surveys for them. And I guess for me, just having that one-on-one contact, I got to see how important work as a Bonner here was. Just like, you come here, you do the administrative part of it, so you don't always get to see the one-on-one and how you're affecting people. But when we were actually out doing the work, it was I think I went home and cried that day.
He was literally telling me his whole life story, and at the time, you know, in my head, I was just like, okay, I need you to fill out my survey so that I can show that veterans are here in this area and that they need these resources. But eventually, like, his story was just so profound, and it stood out to me so much and touched me so much that I like went beyond just having him fill out the survey, where I actually was able to have a conversation with him and explain to him what we were doing, and in terms of just life in general. I just remember leaving the shelter feeling like, wow, I'm actually doing something that's affecting people, and people are actually appreciating it.
Oh man. Well, one thing, I didn't know what institutionalized racism was until the Bonner program, so that's one thing.
I came from a high school that was 60% black and 40% white, and I didn't really think about it. It wasn't something that we ever talked about in classes. Why are all of our honors and AP classes filled with white students when the majority of our school is African American? That's something that I always just took for granted and never thought about, and that's not right. That's not okay.
While I was open to differences in personalities and cultures and race, I didn't understand where these other cultures and people were coming from. And Bonner has helped me grow to not only push myself in the service realm of things, but to push my own values and beliefs.
Before, I was one of those people who just like volunteered at like a carnival or something, just so I can get my hours for high school so I could graduate. But here I learned more about the impact that I'm actually making.
It's not just a situation or an instance that I'm going to serve someone else with my talents and my resources and things like that. All I can do is listen to people and be with people and communicate and have community with people. It's about just trying to put yourself second in order to see other people first.
There are little things that you can do that can make a difference in an individual's life, and those are worth it. Even though you might not be helping the world, you're helping that one kid.
It allows students who might have to choose between working a job and doing a service opportunity to not have to make that choice.
Back in high school, some of the times I was working at the soup kitchen, some of the times I was on the other end. Bonner, by offering these financial programs, work study here at UNC or scholarships at other colleges, gives a chance for people to give back even when they don't have much to give. And I think people like me in my position are often the people who are most passionate about this because they know what it feels like.
It fosters more of a UNC community as opposed to a UNC university.
So it's not the university in this bubble anymore where we don't understand how gentrification and how the university is affecting these community members who have been here for decades and decades. They've been here forever. We're put directly in sight, so not only can we see how the university is impacting these communities, but we can see how we can help.
The university bubble does exist, so the Bonner program helps you learn about that and find ways to actually address it.
And it's just, I don't want to say life-changing because that's really cliche, but it is life-changing because it brings that sustainable connection for years and years and years with a community that they come to love, and the community comes to love those people as well. The Bonner program enables us to not be naive individuals, but instead to face those challenges that the world is going through, and to be very active members of society and try to make a difference in our own way.
I think overall the Bonner program is a family. It's not just something you do in your extracurricular time. It's so much more than that.
I would just say be dedicated to this, because this is a learning process. Life is a learning process, but this program is going to help you grow.
Thanks for believing in us as world changers.
You just need to always go back to that reason why you joined the program in the first place, and not some research lab or the library.
I think it's easy to start comparing yourself to other people and be like, oh, I don't have that thing, I'm not here, I'm not that, I haven't figured this out, when really, like, wow, you've done so much, and I think you should be proud of yourself.
I think just, this is super cliche, I know, but just like cherish your years here, and like you don't have to do it all the time, because I know that's really hard, but every once in a while just take a moment and look around you at your site and be thankful for the work that you're doing and the opportunity that you were given to be able to make this kind of difference in the community, because not everyone's able to do that. And just take a moment and appreciate what you're doing there, what it means to you, and the wonderful program that you have been privileged to be a part of.
Excellent work, high five. I was wondering if you wanted to take the opportunity to say something sweet to your site leaders.
Oh yes, my goodness, yes. I remember when I first came into Empowerment my first week, and I was scared out of my mind because a lot of the work seemed intimidating, but they have definitely fostered and listened to me throughout these 4 years, and I definitely can say that I am a better woman because of them, and thank you.
Thank you so much for the past 3 years. I've definitely learned a lot about myself, and a lot about community organizing, and a lot about what it takes to be a member of a community and be an active leader in terms of helping make a difference in people's lives.
I just want to say how great and helpful that she is. She's amazing. The way she works with the kids and the way that they respect her, but at the same time listen to her, is something that's super inspiring for me. And she's always there with a smile, no matter how long her day has been. She's just been really great, and a really great inspiration for me, and a really great influence. She has so much patience, so much more patience than I have. I could really learn a lot from her.
Laura and Ashton, you have both molded me as an individual, but also as a Christian, and you have prayed for me, and you have cried with me, and you have developed a personal relationship with me, and that's really, really important, and it's something that I will lean on for years to come.
I mean, I couldn't have gotten any luckier with Ashton and Laura. Not only have they been my site leaders, but they've been my friends. As I've been planning my wedding, they helped me with Pinterest and showing me ideas and suggestions from when they planned their weddings. And I think I got much more out of this experience than just job experience. I got friends, and that was ultimately what I came to UNC for.
And it's been fun working with Scale, from the office hours and our random conversations with Megan and Alexandra to tutoring at my site, and even the team meetings. I don't think that my Carolina experience would have been the same without Scale, and it's bettered my experience here and me as a person.
Thank you so much for 4 wonderful years. And it's just a joy working in the office with you guys. You're hilarious, and it's fun just to hang out, and the fact that we're all doing meaningful work on top of that makes it really just like the best. And I just want to say thank you for making it possible for so many students from Bonner, and also just all the America Reads programs, to get into the schools in Chapel Hill and Carborough and work with these kids. So thanks for all you do.
Just Samatharan as well, taking over an organization after 3 key members left, on top of having a tiny little baby. Quinn is very adorable, but that's huge, and that just speaks to me about the power of women and how much that we can do.
Samatharan, good God, you are the most hard worker I have ever met. In each role and each job, you were always the passion. Always so willing to keep going, do the extra step, and do what was necessary to make it really function. And that is so inspiring.
And George, I've known you for so long, and it's so cool that you're my boss now. And thank you for allowing me to really grow in this position, allow me to engage in a team of people that are really dedicated to teaching youth radio at Jackson Center. I felt as if I've gotten to improve skills that have always been dormant inside of me in terms of like efficient grant writing and being a leader, but I felt as if you've allowed me to really flexibly grow those very marginal skills.
I want to thank you for welcoming me into that environment and to letting me grow there and being patient with me as I learned more about how to adjust. And I want to thank you so much for dedicating your lives to creating change and to working with students who really need you.
We're done. Anything you want to say before we start? Famous last words?
Famous last words. Mom, I love you.
Has been recording the whole time.
A little bit.
Even when you were gone,
A little bit.
I was taking selfies.
Good.
Please don't put that in there.
Come here.
So the